What's up, guys? I hope you're having a great day. Going to do the second part of the Provisions video series, and this one will cover all of the rest of them between 92 and 95. I got quite a few cards to go through here, but these are some of the greatest cards ever. Obviously, if you watched my other video, if you hadn't, go back and watch it, but I did a video on the 1991 Provisions where I have a run of all the black border pack pulled ones in 9s and the factory set ones in 10s. So there's 12 of these and there's 4 of these, so 16 cards total. It's the second best on the PSA registry as far as sets go. I would not be able to start that or do that today, but you know, it's something I started a long time ago and it's the only thing I have on the registry. But I just love these cards. My favorite art cards of all time: Provisions, and of course Diamond Kings, which I'll do a whole series on that. I have a lot of love for those things. But 1991 I did a video on, did a deep dive into some of the art and all that kind of stuff. This is 1992, 3, 4, and 5. That's the only years they did these, was 91 through 95. So I had started a long time ago doing a run of the 92 Provisions in PSA 10. And it was almost impossible. There's only like 7 or 8 of the Dave Justice card. He's the only non-Hall of Famer in the set. There are only 6 cards in the 92 set. There are 6 cards in the 93 set. There are 9 in 94, and then back to 6 in 95, and then they stopped doing them. But they are some of the coolest cards. They're very, very unique. Now, they stopped doing the Provisions as inserts in 92. So in 91 and in 93, 4, and 5, they were inserts. And they were numbered, you know, 1 of 6 or 1 of 12, 1 of 9, that kind of thing. In this case, in 92, they just put them in the set. So they're just numbered within the set. 709 through 713. So kind of interesting. I don't know why they decided to do that, but the last card that I finally got to complete this run was that card there, the Tomahawk Dave Justice. So I paid up for that one, but it was the last one I needed. I've been looking for years, and I wouldn't be starting this kind of a run today. So there you go. That's the last one. The other one, and of course I've shown the Diamond Marks version. If you want to go back and watch that Diamond Marks video, I do a real deep dive into the art of a lot of these. Nolan Ryan, Robin Yount, that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. But here is the 1992 Provision of Robin Yount. Just a very cool card. Like I said, check out that Diamond Mark video if you want to see more involving this. But sky's the limit on that one. There's the 10 of Robin. Shout out to Dylan. Next one is Frank Thomas. And you got the TNT bomb in the bat. And they call it Time Bomb. So there's the 10 of the Frank Thomas. Super cool cards, man. I love these things. Then we get into some even more heavy hitters. My guy Cal, PSA 10. He's got the 2130 on the wall behind him there. Iron Man, of course. Just such cool art on these. Such cool concepts. Just beautiful, beautiful cards. And of course, my guy, Nolan Ryan, with the Who's Next card, with all of the strikeout hash marks on the wall and the smoking ball. I did a deep dive on that art on that other video. But that one is Nolan. And then Ken Griffey Jr. I didn't put these on the registry because they're just part of the set. It's not like a separate, it's a subset, not an insert set. But that's a clean sweep of 10s, next generation card. Ken Griffey Jr. Got the space motif going there. So that's it. So I got my 91 run in 9 blacks and 10 whites, and then I got the 92 run in 10s. Super happy about it. It's been a long time coming. Wouldn't start something like that today, so it's kind of neat to wrap that up and have that. But that is that's the first 2 years. 1993, they did something completely different. It is an insert set, and they have black borders. They're all chipped up and off-centered, and you can't possibly get these in good grades, even out of the pack, so didn't even try on that kind of thing. But there's some very interesting cards. There are 2 different series, and there was 3 cards in each series, so 6 total. There is Dennis Eckersley, and they did the gold embossing on these and the high gloss shiny finish with the black borders. I bought the best copies over the years that I could find, decently centered, not terribly chipped. Pretty clean cards for what these are. If you go looking, you'll know what I mean. But simply excellent, with the baseball just coming apart midair there. It's a great shot of the Eck. Next one is Gary Sheffield, Thunderbolt. Really, really cool art there. The big storm happening. Lightning bolt coming down. Super cool. These are the ones from here on out that a lot of people haven't seen. A lot of people are familiar with the 91s and the 92s, but some of these other ones, not so much. This one is second to none. Of course, talking about the second baseman, Roberto Alomar. And they have him flying through the clouds, going to make a catch there at second. Beautiful card there. Super, super cool. 1993 Provisions. This next one, shout out to Shane Shoebox Legends. Just Say wins. Glavine got a lot of calls off the plate, but he did get a lot of wins. But this shows him in the Braves uniform throwing a ball, but having a hockey stick and a goal there. It's crazy. But got the Cy Young Award. Super cool card. Hockey and baseball together. He was drafted as a hockey player as well. Of course, I think he made the right choice. Might have been a great hockey player, but he was a great pitcher. Now we're getting into some ones I really, really love. Oh, man. This one here is cool. So Cecil Fielder, no respect. Just talking about how he led the league in RBIs 3 straight seasons. No one had done that since Babe Ruth. But they weren't handing out any MVP awards to him, so that's what this is about. But this is cool. He did play in Japan before coming here. And check that out. Got the Japanese motif, and he is holding a samurai sword. That is just super awesome. I love that card. Cecil Fielder with a sword. I don't know if it's a Wakizashi or a, you know, what kind of exact sword that is, but super, super cool. Love that card. Very, very unique. And then the coolest one in the set, and this is not a cheap one. People love this card if they know about it. The Complete Player, Andy Van Slyke. This thing is cool. Check that out. And this is probably the best copy I've ever seen. But I would take a chewed up one if it's the only one I could have. But check that pirate out. Shout out to Greg Midlife. This is my favorite pirate card, for sure, in my collection. And it is awesome. Super, super cool Van Slyke with the pirate motif going on. So that right there is the 93s. So we took a look at the 10s and 92s. I had 6 of those. And these 6 were the 3 in each series in 93. You can see how they're doing different things with the art, but just beautiful. The black borders, you know, if clean, they look really, really nice at least. But they're usually just got a lot of damage, but really, really cool art. especially those three on the right. Those are those are amazing. And then they did 9 cards, a 9-card insert set for 1994. And in 94 and 95, they made a completely different kind of art, and they are borderless art cards. And they kept a similar art style in 94 and 95 and just changed it up a little bit, but I'll show you that. But the first one up, Darren Daulton, rest in peace. Loved this guy, as I've talked about before. But he's got his feet in a concrete block about to fire down, throw someone out. That's what the backs look like. But 1994 Fleer Pro Visions look like that. You have the gold embossed name and then Fleer 94 up there. That's what those look like. Carlos Baerga. Another interesting style of art there. He's got a hammer, not a bat. And he's apparently floating around in space. Interesting stuff. And of course, if you read the backs, you know, it talks about all this stuff. But then we get into my run of actual graded ones. These, I try to grade all these in 9s, you know, have a run of 9s, but it is very, very difficult to get these in 9s. Very, very difficult. Very low pop. Some pop 1s, that kind of thing. Just super, super rare. But here's Black Jack McDowell. Pretty cool. Pretty cool cards, man. But these are where I have the rest of these in 9s. This is the Matt Williams. Can't remember if this is a pop 1 or not, but got the skyline in the background there. Just cool. Cool art on the 1994 Pro Visions. My guy, John Allred. Check that out. He was trying to hit 493. Hit like 363. He had such an awesome year. Of course, they were winning World Series. I love those teams. Done videos on that. Just awesome. Mike Piazza. Got fireworks in Hollywood, all that stuff going on when he was with the Dodgers, of course. Really cool card there. This one I love, of course, being from Texas, and this was right after Nolan retired. Juan Gonzalez was still there and all that, but check out that Wangan. Got the branding, the branding iron. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Cowboy hat. Sleeves tearing because his arms are bulging out. Pretty awesome, man. I just love that card. Sorry, I had to mess with my background there. So we got a couple more. I think we should move Wangan over. That was a nice trifecta here. The Cowboy. Here's the Wizard. The Wizard of Oz. Ozzie Smith. That is super cool. You got like the castle in the background. Pretty neat card there. And this one was a tough one, but ended up getting a 9. But this is the Tony Gwynn. Pretty cool. He's the Padre there. Padre Tony. Rest in peace, buddy. So that is the 9 1994 Pro Visions. And then they went back to having 6 of the Pro Visions in 1995. So kind of interesting how they did all that, but they stopped doing them after 95. So this is all she wrote here coming up. But just love these Pro Visions. They're such cool cards. I love all the years, but I have, of course, most nostalgia for the first years, but they're all awesome. Now you can see these are going to be similar. Let's pull Wangan up here. That was the 94. 95, here's Raul Mondesi. Had a cannon of an arm, had some power, got him crushing that baseball right there. Super cool. But you can see here they changed it to some silver foil up here instead of the gold and red. And they changed the name down here, and he's got the Dodgers logo there. So the same kind of art, different backs. And, you know, still borderless, but they just changed up the design of the way they laid out the name and all that kind of stuff. But very similar looking cards. Sometimes you can look at these and, you know, you think they're the same year, but they're actually not. So that's the Raul Mondesi. We got Tim Salmon. Still hilarious to me that the stars of the Angels went from salmon to trout. Just cracks me up, man. But that is Tim Salmon. You got the salmon jumping up in the background there. This one, Man Ram, Manny Ramirez. He's got a tornado in his hands. Ball is flying everywhere. Really interesting choices of art on some of these. But pretty cool cards. And speaking of Cy Youngs, like Glavine earlier, the king, other than Clemens, of course, Greg Maddux. Really cool card there. Really tough one to get nice as well. But very cool. Very cool looking art on these. Next up, you got this warning sign with the fastball, Mike Mussina. I think that one looks really cool. That is a sweet looking card. I don't remember pulling these back in the day, but I got an 8 in that one. That's the best one I've found. It was a decent price. And then my guy, Jeff Bagwell, will round it out here. And there he is. Got a 9 on this one. Pretty tough to do. But PSA 9, Jeff Bagwell. Obviously the NASA motif with the space shuttle rocket coming off the bat there. He was hitting rockets for the Astros back in the day. That's my guy. So that's it, guys. That is Provisions 1992, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, all started in 1991. Super awesome cards. I think they're some of the best cards ever made. Certainly art cards. Diamond Kings and these, I think, rule the art card world for me. And just love them. But that is it. That's the whole collection. That's the whole shebang as far as the 1990s Provisions cards for Fleer. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope there's some of them that you hadn't seen before. There's some really interesting cards. Some of them I know you know, but some of them, you know, aren't, you know, something that you see every day. So very cool. Glad to have a whole run of them, albeit not all the newer ones can be super high grade. But these are the nicest copies I could find, and I'm probably not going to send these other ones off. But I got my 1992 10 run, so that is super awesome. Of course, my 91s mean the most to me, but these are all terrific cards. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope y'all are having a good day. I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you for subbing and commenting, liking everything that you do for the community. Appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.